What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Rod Murray again with another divisional matchup round, and this one might be my favorite. I'm talking about two participants from the Locked On Podcast group. I'm talking about Ross Jackson representing New Orleans Saints and David Harrison representing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. How we doing, gentlemen?
Doing good.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about two gentlemen that know their stuff. When they've been on this show before, they have left their opponents merciful. It hasn't even been close. Ross last week blowing out the Chicago Bears, and David Harrison actually, it's sad to say, but kind of threw my man Pascal a bone there. But that game would have been 10 times worse than what it should have been too. So I am looking forward to a matchup that's very high scoring, very competitive, and again, maybe some friendly banter as well. Okay.
See what we can do.
Yeah.
All right. No promises. No promises. No promises. There we go. So we will forego our introduction because these two gentlemen are no strangers to the show, and we'll jump straight into the rules. All right. As you know, this is the full fast round where we pull stats from all data analytical sites: Pro Football Focus, Sharp Football Stats, Pro Football Reference, and the Football Outsiders, just to name a few. All right. We quiz our participants on information and stats about their opposing matchups for the weekend. All right. At the end of the four quarters, in the event that we have a tie game, we go to an XFL overtime where we have questions ranging from 1 to 3 points about their specific team. All right. The 1 point question is usually easy, and if it's 3 points, it's a little harder, and they got to go back in the history bank and know about their team. All right. But the playoffs, we've added an extra wrinkle. All right. So each quarter they have the opportunity to go for a field goal or a touchdown. All right. Also, once per half, the participants have the opportunity to steal a question, which means if one participant gets the question wrong and the other feels confident in the answer, he can steal that question and the corresponding points. If any one of our participants is down by 10 points at half, which I don't foresee happening in this game, there's an opportunity for an onside kick where we have an unbiased question about the team's matchups throughout history. If he gets it right, he gets 7 points. But if he gets it wrong, then the opponent gets 7 points. All right. So any questions about the rules?
No, sir.
All good here.
Good, because I was running out of breath trying to explain those. So with that being said, the Tampa Bay Bucs are on the road. David, do you want to field the first question, or does your defense continue to lead you to the championship?
You know, I think the Buccaneers need to set the tone on Sunday night. So we win the toss, we're taking the ball, and in Matt Hasselbeck style, we're gonna score a touchdown.
Oh, all right.
That did work out well for him. Let's see if I can flip that luck.
Hey, man, no questions asked, man. We're going to jump straight into it, all right? So, David up first. We're going to go for 7 points. What's the game plan? David, here we go. In last week's wild card win, Drew Brees finally had all his weapons back. He threw for 265 yards and 2 touchdowns with a 107.3 QBR. According to the Football Outsiders, what is Drew Brees' DVOA for the regular season? Is it A, 25.9, B, 17.6, C, 20.2, or D, 23.5?
17.6.
So you're thinking B, 17.6, no questions asked. We ain't wasting no time, and for good reason, because he is in fact correct. Drew Brees has seventh best in the league and had a 71.1 completion rate last week against the Bears. All right, so again, we're not wasting no time. David knows his opponent, and he jumps out to a 7-0 lead.
He said, I know that one.
Hey, no games being played tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Ross. Hey, man, I hate to say David backed you in the corner here, but he did it early. All right.
Let's go. Put that pressure on early.
For your first quarter question.
Oh, am I supposed to feel pressure? My bad. Let's just go with the 7 points right quick then.
Hey, let's get it right back. Here we go.
You got to answer. You know what I'm saying?
Ross, for your 7-point question. Here we go. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will look to their lethal and productive wide receiver core to get them past the Saints. This time with Antonio Brown. According to Pro Football Focus, all of their receivers and tight ends have over 1.5 yards per route run. Now, that's impressive because the league average is 1.32. All right, so all of their offensive weapons are being productive. Sticking with Pro Football Focus here, which Bucs player is the most productive from the slot position? Is it A, Scotty Miller, B, Mike Evans, C, Antonio Brown, or D, Chris Goodwin?
Oh, that is a good question. I'm going to go. Is there a minimum snaps for this, or is it just straight up?
Straight up for the entire season, no minimum snaps.
I'm going to. This might be a little bit of a risk, but I'm going to go with Chris Godwin, D, in that case.
Ross says D. Chris Goodwin. I definitely butchered his name. I apologize.
That's all good.
Assuming you were on the fence with Antonio Brown. That's why you was like, doesn't matter how many snaps.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
No, but I respect your answer because you are in fact correct. It is Chris Goodwin. All right, he has 49 targets from the slot. He has caught 42 of them. He has 522 yards and 4 touchdowns. All right, so it is Chris Goodwin in the slot. He is their most effective weapon. All right, and we'll see if he can continue that on Sunday against the Bucs. All right, man. No games are being played here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams jump out to a 7-7 tie in the first quarter. Back on David here for your second quarter question. Are we just gonna keep running it up, or are we gonna?
Yeah, there ain't no kicker. There's no kickers here.
There's no kickers on either of these teams. That's for
sure. Go in the locker room, buddy. Go back inside. No need to dress today. David, for your
time for kickoff, bro.
There you go.
Get that game check.
David, for your second quarter question for 7 points. Here we go. The Saints defense is only allowing 93.9 rushing yards per game. And according to the Football Outsiders, a rush DVOA of negative 25.6%, which is second best in the league. Mm-hmm. According to Pro Football Focus, what is their team's collective run stop percentage? All right, their team's overall collective run stop percentage. Is it A, 5.32%, B, 6.48%, C, 7.15%, or D, 6.98%?
What was A and D again?
A is 5.32% and D is 6.98%.
I'm gonna go with A.
David says A, 5.32%. And unfortunately, he's wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Ross has a finger up.
I want to pick 6 that one.
There it is. Here we go. So Ross, your remaining options are B, 6.48%, C, 7.15%, or D, 6.98%.
I'm going D, 6.98.
Oh, David did a sigh of frustration because Ross chooses D, 6.98%. And he's also wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, good.
The answer is, in fact, B, 6.48%. Yep, so about a 0.50% difference there, all right?
That's why we got Jameis on the sidelines.
Has the highest with 18.2, and DJ Swearinger is second with 11.8%, all right? So usually in the secondary, maybe because they play on the line of scrimmage where they get the most run stops, all right? So Ross uses his option there to steal a question. David fails to get it right. So we have a 7-7 lead going to Ross for his second quarter question right before half. Let's see it. Well, there's no kickers. They told me already. So I'm not even going to ask. Here we go. For 7 points. Here we go, Ross, your second quarter question.
All right.
Against the Saints this season, Chris Goodwin was Tom Brady's most targeted receiver. According to Sharp Football Stats, what is Chris Goodwin's successful play rate during their 2 games?
Okay.
During their 2 games this season. Is it A, 40%, B, 54%, C, 60%, D, 48%?
I'm gonna say D, 48%.
I want to try to steal that one if this is wrong.
Hey, there it is. We're not playing any games, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
First of all, Ross is wrong. The answer is not D, 48%. So we'll go to David here. Your options again are A, 40%, B, 54%, or C, 60%.
I felt 54% when I heard it. I want to stick with 54%.
Hey, David said, I saw you try to steal my last question, so it's only right that I get you back. But unfortunately, like you were wrong, Ross, David is in fact correct.
Did he fumble on the pick six? Did he fumble on the pick six? Can I scoop it, take it back?
He ran it back for a touchdown because he is right. The answer
Ross, you know why I picked that one?
Why?
Levante David, number 54. Pick 6. Pick 6, homie.
There it is. All right.
There you go.
Nice. It works out for you. He has 7 catches on 13 receptions and averaging 9.2 yards per catch in the 2 matchups this season against the Saints. All right. So maybe those will come from the slot since we know that's where he's also most effective as well. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yep.
So going into halftime here, we have what some may consider an upset score.
Let's go.
14-7. We will switch it here now. Ross, you're up with your third quarter question for 7 points because the kicker, he's back at home now. All right,
he
had his COVID.
Sorry, Will Lutz. I appreciate you coming through, but you done missed too many. Stay home.
Stay home.
Right.
Don't need it. Here we go. Your third quarter question. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers passing defense will be tested again this week against the Saints. Just a week removed from giving up almost 300 yards to the Washington football team. Breeze will be a tougher task than Tyler Nsekhe. And I definitely butchered his name, but I apologize if any Washington fans watching this. Which Tampa Bay Buccaneers defender is giving up the highest yards per completion? All right. Is it A, Jordan Whitehead, B, Antoine Winfield Jr., C, Carlton Davis, D, Sean Murphy Bunting?
Oh, okay. All right. Can you give them to me one more time?
A, Jordan Whitehead, B, Antoine Winfield Jr., C, Carlton Davis, D, Sean Murphy Bunting.
Ooh. I'm going to go. This is the most passing yards given up.
The highest yards per completion.
Oh, highest yards per completion. All right, I'm going to go B, Antoine Winfield.
All right, no questions asked. B, Antoine Winfield Jr., and he is correct, ladies and gentlemen. He has given up 17.5 yards per completion, 6 touchdowns, and a 76.9 completion rate percentage.
That's what happens when you put run support safeties in coverage.
There you go. If Ross knows that, Drew Brees and Sean Payton knows that as well. All right, just as simple as that. All right. Tying the game up here in the third quarter, 14-14. Back on David here to see if he can keep a 7-point lead. All right,
let's do it.
Keep the touchdown theme going here. All right, your 7-point question in the third quarter. According to Sharp Football Stats, the New Orleans Saints are ranked 18th in the league as it pertains to their explosive play rate. They have 6 players over a 10% individual average, and they have 5 players with over 5 receptions of 20 yards or more. All right, they get it down the field. What is the team's average explosive play rating? What percentage is the overall team? All right, is it A, 10%, B, 17%, C, 16%, or D, 13%?
So this is the percentage of their plays that result in explosive plays.
No, exactly. So the overall team explosive play rate percentage.
And they call explosive plays 20 yards or more.
20 yards or more in the air, and I think it's 10 yards more on the ground.
Give me B, C, and D again.
B is 17%, C is 16%, D is 13%.
I'm going 13%.
David says D, 13%, and he is wrong, ladies and gentlemen. That is not the answer.
Let me Marcus Williams this right quick.
Let me
come through.
Here we go.
Can you give me the answers one more time?
So your options are A, 10%, B, 17%, C, 16%.
Great. I'm going C, 16%.
Ross says C, 16%. He is also wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
17 was my second choice. Is it 17?
Sometimes the answer is right in the question, guys. The answer is actually A, 10%.
Is 10%?
Yes, they have a 12% chance when running the ball. They have an 8% chance when passing the ball. All right. They have,
Yep,
so yeah,
right there.
12, 8, 20 divided by 2, 10. All right.
There you go.
Sometimes the answer is right in front of your face.
Sneaky.
Sometimes it's right in front of your face. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. But we are going into the fourth quarter, tied here.
Just how you want it.
14, just how you want it. Going down to a matchup here. Ross back up, has to make it. You got to put some pressure on it because while David said his kicker is unavailable, I'm not so sure he might not just call him out.
You never know. Play to win, right? Play to win.
He might not just edge him out for a question. Here we go. So let me make sure I'm asking. You're going for 3 points or you're going for 7?
I know. I'm trying to think about if I should go for if I should say sorry, Will, like come through. Let me do. It's the safe thing to do. Let me go ahead and go for the field goal. See if I can get up 2 scores here.
But I can block this, right?
Yeah, if he gets it wrong.
You can still pick 6. Yeah. You can pick 6 okay. Either way, so.
Here we go.
So before I even hear it, if he gets this wrong, I want a shot at that.
There you go.
Yeah, we ain't wasting no time. Here we go. The Buccaneers are converting 43.5% of their third down conversions. Which player on third down has been most successful converting third downs? Which player on the Buccaneers team has been most successful converting third downs? Is it A, Leonard Fournette, B, Ronald Jones, C, Mike Evans, or D, Rob Gronkowski?
Ooh. I'm going B, Ronald Jones.
Ross says B. Ronald Jones. Will Lutz is clutch, ladies and gentlemen, because he is in fact correct. He is 7 for 7 on third downs from running the ball for a first down. He is the most successful option they have. It is also to note that he is questionable right now, I think, with that quad injury. So we don't know if he's playing or not. But Leonard Fournette isn't bad either. He's 9 for 10. So he's right behind him. So you pick your poison with the Tampa Bay options they have offensively. All right.
Just want to point out how sad it is that Rojo's only gotten 7 third down tries, by the way.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. It changes the game a little bit when Leonard Fournette's there, all right?
Yeah.
But let's see if David can change this game. He's been so confident going for 7 points so far.
We're going for the win. We're going for the win.
And, man, bigger go home, man. All right, he's trying to prove that they are really, truly the kings of the NFC South.
Although overtime is really fun. Nah, we're going for the win. We're going for the win.
There you go.
Here we go. For 7 points and the win. Upset, that I should add. Here we go on the road. 7 points. Are you ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
The Saints offense is averaging 376.4 yards per game in the 2 matchups against the Bucks during the regular season. They are averaging 340. They are also averaging 345.5 on the season. How many are they averaging per drive this season, according to the Football Outsiders? Is it A, 38.41 yards, B, 34.90 yards, C, 40.61 yards, or
killing me.
D, 35.28 yards?
C.
You waste no time, man. The electric offense, they putting up 40 yards a drive, right? That just has to be the correct answer. But the Saints are moving on, ladies and gentlemen, because that's not the answer. The answer is, in fact, B, 34.90 yards.
I would have missed it anyway. I had my eyes set on 40, so when you said 38, I was like, okay, I'm going to go with that. So I wouldn't have gotten it anyway. So
yeah. Bucks are allowing 30.5, right? So again, if stats tell a story, the Saints will outlast the Bucks here because they're netting a positive 4 yards per drive and resulting some points. All right.
Yeah. Yep.
But today, David just couldn't do enough with a 13-10 win, well, 17-14 lead when Ross, the floor is yours for another victory speech.
Yeah, I just want to thank my mama real quick. If it wasn't for her, I would be here, literally. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I thank David's mama. I thank Rod's mama. I thank everybody's mama. I appreciate you for watching, and for supporting Rod. I appreciate your mama. And if you are a mama, then I appreciate you too. Thank you very much.
There it is. All right, David, unfortunately, unfamiliar territory for you. Your first loss on the show.
Yeah.
So you don't get a victory speech, but you do get to say your score prediction.
My score prediction is 38-31. And I'm going to say it just like I said on the Locked On Bucks podcast when I made the same prediction. I really don't know who's going to win, but I think the first team to cross that 30-point threshold is going to win this game, and 38-31 is the final score.
There we go, Ross, yourself.
I like that. It feels very much like an NBA score, right? First to 100 wins.
There you go.
They'll be first to 30 wins. My prediction for this one is 30-20 in favor of the New Orleans Saints.
I like it. I'll tell you, I didn't like what I saw from both teams last week. They both looked formidable, maybe because they were looking forward to this matchup. They knew what was on the board, but I agree with you. I think there is a number, whether that's 30, 24. I think there's a number. Whoever gets to it first, I think that's who wins this game. All right. But at the end of the day, I just don't want any injuries. I want an exciting, injury-free matchup between these two hard-fought teams. All right. So, Ross, as the winner, you are one step closer to hosting that trophy, that first annual What's the Game Plan Super Bowl trophy. David,
I'm not jealous. It's okay.
I guess now
I'll send you pictures of it, man. Don't worry.
You could put a Lego set in that area, David, because unfortunately, that'll work. That'll work.
David's eyes are only on the Lombardi.
It's a little bigger than that, guys. Again, it's always a fun time, guys. I want to thank you guys not only for a great content, but for your amazing insight as well. I will put both these guys' information in the show notes for this show, again, because they do both amazing work for both their Locked On podcast, both the Locked On Bucks and the Locked On Saints. Please check them out if you haven't before, regardless if you're a fan. Information is great wherever you receive it if you check it out, if you're looking for it. All right. Again, that's my spiel. This has been another amazing episode of What's the Game Plan. I'm Rob Murray. Thanks for watching.